Okay, so we go back to the decibel last time. Last time we already talking about a decibel. Okay, for anything you want to understand, that you need to spend the time to read over the handout. Okay, whatever we try to teach you, that will be happy you to get a technician job. Okay, and also will happen you if you want to keep moving up. Okay, to be engineering to the college, to the university. That will be very basic. Okay. That time we're talking about the decibel, and you understand decibel unit. That will be important things in the amplified measurement. That means wherever you need to go for measurement, then you need to know about the decibel. Okay, decibel is a measurement of the ratio of one power to another, or the one voltage to another voltage, or one current to another current. That means the ratio between the output of the power and the input of the power. That's just the ratio. Okay, or output voltage to the input voltage. Okay, and they given you normally two formula. Okay, power gain. If you want it into the decibel, then the formula will be 10 times log of the power gain. Power gain means the P out divided to P in. And another voltage for the voltage gain in a dB equal 20 times log of the voltage gain. That means the V out divided to V in. And this formula will be applied the same for the current gain. Okay, still 20 log of the current gain means the I out divided to I in. 0 dB reference. The maximum gain, that's what we call a mid-range gain. Okay, that will be assigned to 0 dB. And you understand, for example, V out that will be a V voltage gain. If they equal to 1, what they're telling you? If V out divided to V in equal 1, that will be telling you V out equal V in, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that means if you apply 10 volt to the circuitry, they go coming out 10 volt.
And that the gain can never be higher than 1.
Yeah, that means the gain equal 1. The gain equal 1 only telling you get no loss. When you apply 10 volt, they're coming out about 7 volt. You lost 3 volt. Okay? In this case, you have a no loss. And now, if you take a 20 log of 1, what do you think you get? How many dB?
0.
0.
0 dB. So when you say the 0 dB, that means input output will be the same, and that will be no loss. So that's why they said the maximum gain, that will be called mid-range gain, and they will be equal 0 dB. So that telling you at the mid-range, you have a no loss, okay? Then the next thing you have to memorize when they're talking about a critical frequency or cut-off frequency or corner frequency or break frequency. I mean, they get too many names with the same thing, okay? So what is that frequency? That means at this frequency, output drop to 1/2 of mid-range for the power, okay? AP in decibel equal minus 3 dB. And also at the critical frequency and the output voltage will be going down 70.7% of mid-range, okay? So they take the dB, okay, for 70.7%, that means 0.707. So you can take 20 log of 0.707 and you get minus 3 dB. So minus 3 dB, that means at the cutoff frequency, if you're using the power, then they said the power will be dropped 1/2. What that mean? 0.5. So how come AP equal minus 3 dB? That means if you want to do calculation, okay, AP in dB for power 10 times log 1/2 means 0.5. So that will be given you minus 3 dB. What I want you to memorize for the power at the cutoff, they drop 0.5 half, okay? And also for the voltage at the cutoff frequency, they will be dropped to 0.707, and you come up with the same minus 3 dB. Okay? dBm, power measurement. A unit that is often in measurement power is a dBm. I mean, if you're working on the circuitry at work or in the lab. When you take the measurement, you will get the measurement in dBm. But we not deal with the dBm. Okay? For the power, you deal with the watt, milliwatt, microwatt, or kilowatt, not dBm. So that's why they given you the way you can able to convert it from the dBm to watt, milliwatt, kilowatt. Okay? Or from watt, milliwatt, or kilowatt into the dBm. That means between the measurement and with the real, okay, outside world. And the formula to calculate the dBm. dBm equal 10 times log of whatever power divided to 1 milliwatt.
And Mr. Pham, can I ask a real quick question?
Okay.
Mr. Pham, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is, I don't want to get too far off the subject, but back to your APDB and your AVDB, does that mean, like, say, for example, for AVDB, if your maximum voltage was, say, 20, then you would multiply 20 times 0.707 to get to the -3 dB. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and now regarding power, say if it was 20 watts, then you would do what, 0.5 times 20 watts, and that would,
not 20.
I mean, no, I'm saying that the maximum wattage was 20 watts, and
Okay.
you wanted to get to -3 dB.
No. If you want to -3 dB, then you have to using 10 times log, right?
Right.
Okay. How come you get 0.5?
To be honest with you, I don't know.
That's what they said, drop 1/2. You see that right here?
Okay, yeah. What,
0.5.
if you were given 20 watts, then
No, they're talking about you get the 20 watt, you want to do what?
okay, you want to drop it down to -3 dB.
No, nothing to do with 3 dB. 20 watt is a 20 watt, nothing to do with the 3 dB. -3 dB is what is it? That's what you have to understand. What is we talking about -3 dB?
The mid-range?
No, -3 dB, that means at that cutoff frequency,
Okay, yeah.
output going down 3 dB.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay, it just seems like when you were doing the voltage, you could take 0.707 times, say, 20 volts, and then that would go to
-3 dB.
-3 dB. Now, on the other side, how would you use that for power?
Power, they say, at the cutoff frequency, they drop 1/2. Is it a 1/2 is 0.5, right?
Okay.
However, for the voltage, they not drop 1/2. They drop to 70.7%. That means 0.707.
Okay. Just take it for what it's worth. Thank you.
You are welcome. So now again, when you're working in the lab, you're working in the circuitry, you measurement, you take dBm for the power. But outside, we not you deal with the dBm. Nobody know anything about dBm. On the power, they know watt, kilowatt, milliwatt, microwatt. So that's why they given you the formula to converting from the dBm to the watt, milliwatt, kilowatt, or from the watt to the dBm. Definition. That is the formula here. That's what you must know. dBm equal time log of power. They can be input power, output power, doesn't matter. Divide to milliwatt, 1 milliwatt. Okay, any question regarding into this page? I think we not return anymore. Now, I get the example here. I try to say we can do it. An amplifier has the gain 60 dB. If the input voltage 50 microvolt, the question is, what is the output voltage? So now what is equal to 60 dB? Which one is it? That will be telling you A, V, voltage gain, V out, divide VE, okay? And also now they're given to you AV in dB equal 60 dB. And the question now is they given you input is 50 microvolt, and they want to know what is the output, the out. Try to do it now. If you're doing it right way, answer will be 50 millivolt. Okay? And you understand AV for dB. Formula will be 20 log V out. And that given to you equal 60 dB. And now I want log only. So I say log V out equals 60 divide 20. Is it 3, right?
Right.
Anything do not quite follow it, and let me know, okay? Otherwise, you really get a problem later. Okay? I get 20 log of V out over V in equals 60 dB. And now I just try to calculation for log only. So you take 60 divide to 20, you get 3. And now I want to remove the lock, anti-lock. Okay, so you get the V out divide V in, and that's a 10 lock, so you get 10 power of 3. Okay, that means equal 1,000. And now you already get the V in. You're able to calculate the V out. V in time 1,000. V in is 50 microvolt. Okay, 50 microvolt. That means 50 times 10 power of 3 minus 3. Now that will be minus 3 millivolt times 1,000, 10 power of 3. Okay, microvolt, millivolt. That's why they given to you 50 millivolt.
So, Mr. Pham, like on this problem here, one of the main things I guess you want us to understand is where you have V out over V in equal 10 to the 3 equal 1,000. We know when we divided the 20 into the 60, we get 3, but the 10 comes from the log is the base 10, correct? The
Right,
base 10.
right.
So then you have to make it 10 to the 3,
Yeah, power of 3.
which is 1,000.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Hey, thank you very much.
you're welcome. Except you don't want to be a technician, then I don't care. But you want to be a technician, then you must know this is a very, very basic. Any question? Okay, now the next question I want to do. A data sheet say that the output of amplifier is 10 dBm, and they want to know what the output power. Go ahead and do it, telling me A or B, okay, or C or D. 10 milliwatt, 20 milliwatt, 1 milliwatt, or none. So now you want to do it, okay? Then you have to memorize the formula, dBm.
dBm equal 10 log P over 1 milliwatt.
1 milliwatt. That's correct.
And you replace the dBm with 10 because they're
Right.
giving you that.
They gave to you 10 dBm.
Correct.
So you take the log only.
So
P over 1 milliwatt equal 10
divided by 10,
equal 1.
1.
Okay?
Then you got to get rid of the log.
Okay, so you want to get out of the log, right?
Right. So you want to say P over 1 milliwatt equal 10 to the 1,
10 power 1,
which is equal to 10.
10. And that will be P equal 10 milliwatt.
So P is equal to 1 milliwatt times 10. But you multiply both sides by 1 milliwatt, and that's how you get P by itself.
Okay, so the answer will be 10 milliwatt. And
It seems we need to know a little bit of algebra and stuff logs and stuff
yeah,
in this
and
course.
I teach you guys at the beginning,
Yeah.
okay? Only thing that you pay attention or not.
Mhm.
But each problem we go through it, make sure you understand. That's the first thing. You have to redo it by yourself. Guarantee you get the same answer. You understand it? Nothing for free. In this program, you don't have to pay anything. However, in order to understand it, you have to spend time to study. As a teacher, I'm really happy when my student can follow it, can do what we want them to do. Okay, any question on second problem? Okay, try a last one. An amplifier at an input 3 millivolt, output 5 volt. What is the gain in dB? So now you have to know the formula for the gain voltage in dB. AV, VR. Okay, and AV, dB. 20 log, VR, VE. Okay, and then you already 20 log V out equal 5 volt. V in 3 millivolt.
Oh, that's, no,
Okay, first thing, you understand the ratio, you cannot get a different unit. They have to be either volt and volt, millivolt, millivolt, microvolt, microvolt. So in this case, I don't want 5 volt. I want it to be a millivolt. The thing is, you get 3 millivolt. So that I will be change that. Okay,
5,000 millivolts.
exactly.
And the millivolts cancel out.
Exactly. You take 5,000, divide to 3, and take the log times 20. The answer will be 64.4 decibel.
That's what I got.
Okay. I want to make sure every time you see it, you can do it right away without any thinking. Can you when in the field, you cannot get any note and they book anything else. You have to do it right away. Okay, so we get 3 examples here. Any question?
Mr. Krabs, yes, on the 10 milliwatt question in the middle on the far right.
Okay, number second, right?
Yeah, P equals MW. What is that? V milliwatt V 10. Go to the far right where it says P equals milliwatt for the math.
Okay, you're talking about that part here, right?
Far right, all the way to the far right of your formula.
That's right here.
All the way to the end. Keep going to P equals 1 milliwatt. What's the rest of that? Is
Okay.
that a milliwatt voltage 10 or what?
Okay, that's 10 milliwatt.
10 milliwatt.
Okay, that means I say 1 milliwatt time 10.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And the answer will be A. Okay, and any more questions? Here we go. Okay, to get an example, 30 dBm equal how many watts? Okay, so do try by yourself to see can you get that answer will be 1 watt. That's what they're doing a calculation. But without looking into the solution here, you try to do. Finally, can you get that? Answer will be 1 watt. Can you get that to be 1 watt answer? Anyone cannot get it. Okay, you get a 30 dBm. Okay, dBm 30, and they asking for the power. So dBm formula will be equal 10 log of power 1 milliwatt.
Right.
Okay. So now you want to get a log.
1 milliwatt, Mr. Pham.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
No, I'm sorry. In the formula, you took the W off the milli.
Milliwatt here.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. So you want log only of P 1 milliwatt equal 10 divided to 30.
No, equal 30 divided by 10.
Okay. 30 divided by 10. Okay.
Right.
Take the log out. Okay. And then equal 1,000. So P 1 milliwatt times 1,000. 1,000 milliwatt equal 1 watt.
And once again, the key thing is everyone must remember when you're dealing with logs, you're dealing with the base 10 here. So there's like a little imaginary 10 there, and you raise it to the third power.
Yeah, exactly. Thinking before they don't know anything. However, they start from the beginning for that dBm. And now they're
Right.
supposed to know. Okay, any question here? If it's not, I get another problem here. They want to add 1 dBm. 1 dBm. Okay, so we want to adding 1 dBm to another 1 dBm. The answer cannot be true. The thing is they said you cannot adding dBm to dBm. So what can we do?
You work with one of them at a time.
Yeah, but what, how?
Okay, for instance, you pick the first one and you can say, just for example, you can say dBm equal 1 dBm, and then you can say equal 10 log P over 1 milliwatt, and then work that through like we've been normally doing, and then go back and do the other one the same way. And then at the end, you can add them up.
Okay, that's correct, but make a little more clear. You cannot adding dBm to dBm. However, you can adding watt to watt adding milliwatt to milliwatt. Okay, so in this case, first thing you have to converting dBm to watt or milliwatt.
Mhm.
Then later you can adding watt or milliwatt. That means you can get the unit will be watt or milliwatt. Then you have to converting back to dBm. Okay, now see what can we do. First thing I say, that the P1, that will be P2. So I converting P1 to watt or milliwatt. Okay, so you can see 10 dBm equal 10 log of P1 over 1 milliwatt. Okay, so they will be
Equal to 1 dBm.
1 dBm. Now we get the log P1, 1 milliwatt equal 10 divided to 1, right? Or 1 divided to 10,
1 divided by 10.
0.1, right? So you remove log P1, 1 milliwatt equal 10 power 0 watt,
And that's equal to 1.26.
1.26. Okay, so that will be telling you P1 equal 1 milliwatt times 1.26, and that coming up with 1.26
Milli.
milliwatt. Okay, up to this point. Any question? No? So if you're doing the same for P2, same P2, then you get P2 also
Equal
1.26
to
milliwatt. Okay, and now you can add it. Okay, P total P1, P2. So what you get?
I get 2.52.
2.5 joule milli. What is it right?
Yeah, let me just double check, Mr. Pham, because you're just adding them up.
Yeah, make sure. 1.26 times 2.52, correct? Milliwatt. Not done yet. The thing is you add in 1 dBm to 1 dBm, they supposed to be answer will be in dBm.
So now you're saying you got to use the formula dBm equal 10 log P over 1 milliwatt and use this value 2.52 as P.
Correct.
Okay.
That means now you have to go back from milliwatt to the dBm. Okay. So now
You need to start off with the formula again.
okay, and the total in dBm. Okay, so dBm equal 10 times log
And
of P1 plus P2, 2.52 milliwatt, 1 milliwatt.
right.
Okay, so finally, 1 dBm plus 1 dBm equal. You take the log of 2.52.
No. You have to divide it by 1 milliwatt.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, that canceled out. Yeah.
Okay, 2.52.
The log of 252
Yeah,
times
take the log
times
of
10.
log 2.52 times 10, right?
Right.
I get 4.01.
Yep, you're right, Mr. Pham. .01 is the final answer.
Exactly. So when you're adding a 1 dBm to 1 dBm, you cannot get number 2 dBm. The thing is you cannot add dBm to dBm. You have to convert it back to the watt or milliwatt. Then you adding watt or milliwatt. Then you have to convert it back to the dBm. Get it away.
So you say you can't add dBm and dBm and dBW and dBW and dB volt and dB volt.
Exactly.
Okay. Those are the three.
Okay, any question? If it's not, go ahead. Okay. Now in here, you can see we say cannot add dBm. Must be changed to watt milliwatt. Then add them. When it's done, convert back to the dBm. Okay. Also, cannot add dB watt to dB watt. dB volt to dB volt must be changed to watt volt. Add and convert it back to dB watt or dB volt. Same way. Okay. And this example we already done. Now, cascaded amplifier. That means you get two amplifiers. One, you get the gain AV1. And next, you get AV2. Okay. So if you want to calculate the total gain, so for the New Mexico, okay, just a number, then you take AV1 times AV2. If you get AV1 equal 10, AV2 equal 10, 10 times 10, you get 100. However, if the gain in the decibel, then you have to add them up. You cannot multiply. Okay? That's ordinary number.
And Mr. Pham, as an example, on those two, can you put some numbers there and so we can see how that works out?
If I get the 10 dB, 5, what is the total gain?
Well, that's in dB, so that would fit the second one, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
The second one say you get in dB, so you would add them. That would be 15 dB. But for the first one, that wouldn't fit the first one.
okay, so that's what I gave you example for the dB. However, if I say the first one is 10, the second one is 5, that's a numerical value.
That's just the regular gain.
Right,
So
Okay.
then it's 10 times 5,
right, 50.
50. So what we would have to look for, if you put it like that, where it's just a number 10 times 5, I mean, a 10 and a 5, which is 50. But if you put dB next to it, then it would be the second one.
Right. Depending on what they given.
Okay.
Okay, impedance matching. So normally you can see they given to you here input impedance. And this is the output impedance. In order for maximum the power transfer, so they be matching. That means they will be the same value. If you get a 50 ohm and output 50 ohm, okay? All resistance should the same. R in, R out, RL, everything will be the same R. Impedance R in microwave is 50 ohm. Impedance in TV, 75 ohm. Coax cable or 300 ohm for twin lead. Impedance R in telephone, 600 ohm. That will be a fixed value. Okay, hyper frequency microwave is the dB watt. Okay, usual unit yield when the reference at 0 dB watt is 1 watt. dB volt, reference to 1 volt. So they given you the formula to calculate the dB watt here. dB watt equal 10 time log of power divide to 1 watt. Okay, and dB volt equal 20 log of volt divide to 1 volt. Okay. They given you example here. For this amplifier, you get input to watt, output to 100 watt. What they say, they want the power gain. Then you take the 10 times log of 200 divided 2. You get 20 dB. Output power, okay? They want to convert it to the dBm. That's what given you 53 dBm, okay? If they want output power dB watt, then you're converting to dB watt. Input power will be equal V in square divided to R. Output power the same, V out square divide R. That means the formula to calculate the power. And now for the review here, okay? This one we already done. Next one, okay. Okay, now go ahead and do number 5 for me. An amplifier output of 5 watt. They want to know in the dBm. You try it to see, can you get the answer? Will be 36.99 dBm. Okay, try to say number 5. Can you get answer will be 36.99 dBm. The technique next, when the quiz will be concentrate on dBm. Make sure you know, understand whatever we get through today for you.
You get 36.99.
Right, 36.99 dBm. That is the answer. If you not get it, let us know. Try to figure out why. Okay? Otherwise, I suppose you get it done. Okay, go ahead and do number 7. Add 20 dB watt to 20 dB watt. And telling me or A or B or C or D. You cannot add dB watt to dB watt. You have to convert into the watt or milliwatt, and you add and you convert it back. And you know the formula for dB watt, right?
A, the first one, 23 dB watt.
1 watt.
So you said the answer will be A, right?
And then you said it's 20 dB watt. 20.
A.
Okay. One student get answer A. Who can
Yes.
clarify again?
A
Okay,
is
that's
correct.
good. Okay. Number 7 answer will be A. And now, if you already done, try number 8 for me.
B, letter B.
Okay, you get the letter B. Okay, the answer we get the letter B here. Anyone get the same or different? Okay, so we try to finish number 9, number 10, number 11.
9 is letter B.
Okay, now you get number B. Number 10, 27 dBm. How many watt?
0.5
Okay,
watt.
you get 0.5 watt, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one, 11.
That should be like 2 watts, Mr. Pham.
Number 11,
Yeah. Did somebody get something different?
okay, Mr. Smith get the 2 watt. So I want to say,
My actual number is 1.99526, which I round off to 2 watt.
okay, 1.99.
is 1.9953. 1.9953.
That's good enough.
Yeah, I agree with it.
Okay.
You agree?
It's correct.
Okay, so you understand on the AC circuitry fundamental. I will not asking you more for any calculation, like calculation for RC series, RC parallel, RCL series parallel, or what, we don't care that. Only thing will be required understanding. At work, you not get any calculation involved. At interview job, they're not asking you any calculation. They're just asking for understanding. Okay? Whatever we emphasize on the quiz, that will be need for your job, will be need for your interview technician job. Okay, any more question? Anything else?
Teacher, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When we are going to use the different kind of gain, when I'm going to use dBm and when I'm going to use dBw, or when I'm going to use dBb.
You mean for the gain?
Yeah, the different kind. When in which moment, in which situation, I select the different gain.
Now the different gain, that means the gain, okay, we already know power gain. That means the ratio between output power, input power. Voltage gain, output voltage in divide input voltage. Current gain, output current divide input current. That's a general formula. And if you want to calculate it in the dB, then that's a formula you have to memorize. For power gain, in the dB, you're using 10 times log P out over P in. Voltage or current, then 20 log V out over V in. I out over I in. And also you have to understand 0 dB. That means input, output will be the same. And critical frequency. What is the critical frequency? That means at that frequency, power will be dropped to half. That means minus 3 dB. And the voltage will be dropped to 70.7%. Also that minus 3 dB. Okay? And how you can converting from dBm, okay, to watt, milliwatt, kilowatt, microwatt. Or when you get the power in watt, milliwatt, kilowatt, how can we converting to the dBm? Again, when you get the job, you're working in the lab, you're working on the circuitry, you're supposed to get a dBm, not watt, milliwatt, kilowatt. However, After you get the dBm, you have to know equivalent in watt, milliwatt, or kilowatt. That's what they need. And that
Okay.
I think you able to do on of the thing we given to you in this and out. That's not much.
Okay.
What I like to see, when you see the problem, you can do it right away without thinking. Like myself, I see it, I know right away what I'm supposed to do. In order to do it, you have to exercise. Okay? So now, Mr. Sam,
Yes, Mr. Pham.
okay, go ahead and run the quiz. I will
Okay.
stop on that one.
All right. So make sure you go to the website, just download the quiz, the report, and so that way you'll be able to do it. Okay, let me go ahead and start sharing the screen. Okay, so we're going to run the test now. This is the quiz number 6. Okay, it's going to be from beginning. Okay, can everyone see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so that's it. Make sure you upload to the website before noon tomorrow. Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
There was what, 15 questions, right?
Correct.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any more questions?
Quick question. It says circle one. How do you do that?
You don't have to circle. Just write it where the space is at. Say value.
Okay.
Yeah, just type in either in capacitive or inductive.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. C15. Okay, let me go share screen. Okay, so number 15 is going to be here. Share. Okay, so that's number 15. So they want the phase angle. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so anything else on here? Okay, let's see 15 again. So you got it. Did you get it, Sabrina? Okay, good. All right, any other question?
Well, let me get in my car and drive home.
Okay, go ahead. Make sure you keep your keys at home first. All right, everyone. So we'll
All right.
see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Thank you. See you.
Bye.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Sam.
Good night.
Sam.